Welcome to this week's episode of Sports Corner. I am your host, Dante. I got my co-host,
TJ.
and man, it's been exciting. First off, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. 2026 is here, and we got a great episode coming. And we talk about the NFL.
Oh.
Now, what has happened in the NFL, if you don't know, is the NFL divisional round, where you had 4 teams battle head-to-head, trying to get to that AFC and that NFC championship. But we got to break down the divisional first. So, my God, 4 teams with the battle. But who were those teams and what happened?
Well, Dante, we gonna have 4 teams, but we're gonna start off how we start right on Saturday afternoon, where we had Denver versus Buffalo in a divisional round game, man. First game for both Knicks, and what a game. Close game. Josh Allen, 25 for 39, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, fumbled twice, and 3 sacks, man. What a game by the Denver defense. And then the Bo Knicks, man. 26 for 46, 279, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 fumble. And he played a masterclass game, man. I mean, it was a beautiful game start to finish. Bo Nix drove down the field, got a last-second penalty to put the Broncos in field position to win the game. But, man, oh, man, what I would to say is sad to see Bo Nix. He had to lead the game early after hurting himself to seal the game and get that last-second field goal to win the game. But overall, Dante, it was a great game, start to finish. And, Dante, Josh Allen lost again.
Josh Allen lost again. And it just seemed like you can never find a Josh Allen to get past that divisional or the AFC championship. He falls short.
And, usually it's a Patrick Mahomes kryptonite or, Joe Burrow getting in the way, maybe Lamar getting in the way. But this year, Bo Nix got in the way, man. I tell you, these early young quarterbacks, they hear something to show.
They're here. But that's not the only game that went on. We had another game that went on. If I'm not mistaken, it was cold, freezing, shivering. In that New England versus Houston Texans?
Oh, it was definitely cold, Dante, and it was a very defensive game. Talk about one of the best defensive games I have seen all season by a top-rate defense in Houston and a top-rate defense in the Patriots. C.J. Stroud struggled all game, going 20 for 47, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, and he was sacked 3 times. The defense, though, for Houston created 4 fumbles and 2 interceptions to help maintain their stance in the game. But they could not overcome the Patriots' offense and defense. Drake May, 16 for 27, 179 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, but he was sacked 5 times. That did not stop him, and he also led the team to score 28 points. And Ramondre Stevenson, 16 carries and 70 yards to help maintain that balance on the field, Dante. But here's the game momentum changer for me that I had this game. Marcus Jones, 26-yard pick 6 coming out of halftime.
Woo!
That changed the whole momentum of the game. Patriots went up 21-10, and I feel like since then on, the Houston Texans cannot battle back.
Man. And just hate to see that for DeMeco Ryans because he put so much into that defense, losing 5 straight and winning the next 12.
That defense is one of the best in the league, Dante, man. They create turnovers. They cause pressure for quarterbacks. It's just hard for teams to find momentum in that defense. But the offense is just so stagnant. They have to find a way to have consistent offense, to keep that defense off the field because that defense is top. Second to none.
I couldn't agree more. But we talked about the AFC. Can we switch to the NFC?
NFC, Dante?
Because do you want to start? You want to start with that Saturday?
It's only right to start with the Saturday.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with the Saturday, even though it's you gotta say the best for last, but this time we're gonna bring it first. Let's bring up the NFC divisional round between the Seattle Seahawks and San Francisco 49ers. And as you see, first play of the game, Rashid Shaheed takes a kick return back for the touchdown, and since then it was one-sided. Sam Darnold, 12 passes for 12 completions for 17 passes, 124 yards, and 1 touchdown. Kenneth Walker III, after Charbonnet gets hurt, had 16 carries, 116 yards, not 1 touchdown, not 2 touchdowns, but 3 touchdowns for Kenneth Walker III, and the defense as well played lights out, having 2 fumble recoveries and 1 pick, and didn't allow a touchdown all game. Brock Purdy struggling with no receivers, no George Kittle, no Brandon Ayuk, 15 for 27, 140 yards, 1 interception, sacked twice, and man on man, you already know him, Christian McCaffrey. Another solid night against the Seattle defense, Dante.
Yes.
Christian McCaffrey had 11 carries for 37 yards. Receiving game, 5 receptions, 39 yards. I mean, it was just a lights out game by Seattle.
It was, and to see that Seattle defense fly to the ball, pursue to the ball, and then see that offense just look energetic, even if it hurts Sam Darnold with his obliques, it just look impressive.
It was a great win that they needed for a lot of momentum, especially for being the first playoff game in a long time.
I couldn't agree more. Then we shipped to that Sunday night, and woo!
Hey man, Sunday
game?
nights with the light shine bright in the snowy field of Soldier Field. Hey man, what a game by both teams, but we already know who came out on top. The LA Rams versus the Chicago Bears. LA wins 20-17. Matthew Stafford playing a decent game. No touchdowns, 20 for 42, 258 yards, but sacked 4 times. Kyrie Williams had 21 carries, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And man, oh man, that offense for the Rams was looking kind of shaky today in that cold, but they got the job done. Caleb Williams showed and came out to play, showing why. He was the number 1 overall draft pick, 23 for 42, 257 yards, 2 TDs, but he had 3 interceptions that hurt his team drastically. But he did put them in a lot of positions to win, especially with that pass off his back foot, Dante. To tie the game up, I have to believe that's one of the greatest throws I have ever seen a quarterback make compared to Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that was a masterclass play.
Now that's a big statement to say. You know, Aaron Rodgers had the Hail Mary. You know, Patrick Mahomes came out with a no-look pass. So to say that Caleb Williams is at least amongst that greatness.
I mean, I've seen this man, Caleb Williams, make throws I've never seen, like, a quarterback would attempt to throw unless it was between them two. Quarterback fading in the air, throwing a dot to the left. Quarterback dropping in the backfield, fading off his back foot, dot to the left. I mean, he's just such an accurate person with the football. He has the arm strength and arm talent to just get it where he needs to get it to. In the heat, in the cold, in the snow, in the rain, you know, whatever.
Well, I couldn't agree more. So you know what that brings me, right? So we already know it was 8 teams going in. Now we're down to 4 teams. So what that mean? That means the Super Bowl's around the corner. But before we get to the Super Bowl, you got to get through this AFC and NFC championship, and I kind of want to preview it. Don't you feel like?
I like a little preview.
I like a little preview too.
Well, let's get into this preview real simple and real quick, guys. We got the AFC coming up with the New England Patriots against the Denver Broncos, and like I said earlier, Bo Nix being hurt is a drastic thing that's happened to the Denver Broncos. This is probably the worst time for that to happen.
And we get also breaks. Jarrett Stidham will be your starter coming into this game.
Yes, sir. And Sean Payton has full confidence in his quarterback. But that's a coach's job.
That's it.
We're going to tell it to you straight. I don't think Denver's going to win. The only way I feel Denver win this game, Dante, is if that defense plays lights out. We're talking about no touchdowns, straight turnovers. Offense, keep the ball in the field, no turnovers. Running the ball, doing a simple offense, getting down the field. Sean Payton is a what I want to say. He's a fundamental type OC. He likes to scheme it up and get things down there. But it's gonna be a scary one for the Denver Broncos this week.
I couldn't agree more. Then let's talk about this NFC Championship.
NFC Championship. I ain't gonna lie, Dante. This might be
division rivals at that.
Dante, this might be one of the greatest divisional games we've ever seen in a long time, Dante. Both teams, I have the stats right here. The LA Rams in the last 2 matchups against Seattle has a total of 58 points and 830 yards gained.
Ooh.
The Seattle Seahawks in the last 2 games played by the LA Rams has 57 points and 829 yards gained.
Oh, wow.
So they're neck and neck, Dante. They're right there. So I feel like with everything on the line, all cards on the table, we've seen each other twice. This is the 3rd time. I feel like it's going to be a
game. And this guy lead me to the question that the producer chased me. She chased me around.
Again, Dante?
It's 2026, but it's a new year, same producer.
I thought we were going to be that in 2025.
New year, same. I thought so too. But the question is, what team will be in the Super Bowl?
Dante, man, you already know I have to go, man. It may be a little biased, but I'm gonna have to go Seattle versus the New England Patriots. Give me the 2014 Super Bowl, and this time we got Seattle coming on top in my end. Dante.
Woo!
That's what I see.
I like it. I think I can agree with you. I like that Seattle versus New England. I like that. I think that's what I'm gonna see.
Before that Bo Nix injury, though, Dante, I wanted that 2013 Super Bowl.
I seen
the vision with Denver and Seattle. I definitely seen that. But with Bo Nix out and didn't have to come up, I don't see them beating out Drake May, who's been an MVP caliber quarterback this season.
I totally agree. But folks, we still got some more segments to get through. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
we have another one for you folks. It's a tough one for my old school hip hop heads out there. You know who we are, and you know the assignment. One has to go. Number 1, from Queensbridge, New York, Queen's finest, Nas. Number 2, not just an actor, but rapper first, LL Cool J. Number 3, Brooklyn's finest, Biggie Smalls, aka the Notorious B.I.G. And number 4, one of hip-hop's poets, West Coast legend, Machiavelli, aka Tupac. Go and follow our Instagram at BCU Campus TV and let me know which one you would take out.
Welcome back, and I'm so glad you decided to stay because we talked about the NFL, but can we talk about what just recently happened with the college football national championship, where the Indiana Hoosiers had to come down to face the Miami Hurricanes?
They had to play the U.
And you talk about a game, TJ. What happened?
Dante, like we all thought, a very high-powered defensive game, man. It took everything both teams had to, make this a dogfight and try and come out on top, man. Fernando Mendoza, 16 for 27, 186 yards, 1 rushing touchdown. Kalen Black, 17 carries, 79 yards. Roman Wimby, 19 carries, 60 yards. And then we have Miami, who had you would expect them to win the game with these stats. Carson Beck, 19 for 32, 232 yards, 1 touchdown. Mark Fletcher Jr., 17 carries, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Malachi Tony with 10 catches, 122 yards, and the true freshman with 1 TD in the championship game. But that could not stop Fernando Mendoza and that offense from getting in that end zone. Man, I say this, Dante. The momentum changer for that game, punt team blocked for a touchdown.
Yes.
That and the Fernando Mendoza touchdown that you see on the screen right here, what a dog putting his team on his back like this, Dante. Being able to, 4th and 5, game on the line, coach draws your number. Talk about a Heisman caliber quarterback doing everything you need to do. Not making the splash plays, but the most needed plays, I should say.
I couldn't agree more. And then with this is the first national championship Indiana has ever faced in school history. So that's impressive for football.
It's impressive, man. And Miami tried to come out on top, but lost to a game-sealing touchdown at the end to seal the game. But all in all, this was a great, unexpected college football playoff and a great college football national championship. And I was excited for this game and how it would turn out because even though I had Indiana winning in the end, Dante, both teams definitely showed why they were one of the best teams in college football this year.
Man, TJ, you need to get away because my producer, she really called me during the break, and she wanted me to ask this question too. She said, if I don't ask it, I can't get no food later. So the question is, did the playoff committee get it right?
Did the playoff committee get it right? After leaving Notre Dame out, in my opinion, who definitely should have made it. After leaving teams, what other team, Dante, we talked about? I can't remember that.
So it was a lot of teams that really should have got in.
Vanderbilt. I remember we talked about Vanderbilt, but it was a very good playoffs. I think the committee did get it right. I can't really complain about the bracket this year, Dante.
So James Madison should have stayed.
Oh, well, outside of that. Outside of James Madison and Tulane, that's the only thing. But everything else, they definitely got it right because it still made the college football playoffs enjoyable. Outside of those 2 teams that shouldn't have been in there. Oregon versus Texas Tech earlier, that was a great game. Then you had Indiana versus Alabama, which was a real statement game for Indiana right there.
It was.
And they came out on top, which really propelled them to be one of the best teams to win the college football playoffs, in my opinion. Miami beat Ohio State, which was unexpected as well for all people that wasn't Miami fans. So it's like when you have unexpected teams and underdogs come out on top like that in the playoffs that you don't expect, I feel like that you got it right that year.
I think I can agree with you. I think the playoff committee, they get it right. It was a very, very much entertaining college football playoffs, and it always kept your eyes open as they got closer and closer to the championship. And that's all you want. You want viewers to get in to watch the game.
You want that excitement. You want that thrill. You want that hard knock football that's gonna have 2 teams clash together. 1 or 2 plays make or break the game.
I couldn't agree more. But TJ, we done talked about the NFL. We done talked about college football. But somebody told me they've been hooping a little.
Hooping. Wait, Is basketball season?
That's what they told me.
Hooping session?
Hooping session.
Oh, man, we might have to go
So,
to that court.
folks, stay tuned because we'll be right back with more sports.
Listen, you caught me in the middle of just kind of messing around here on the piano. This is what I do a lot of times through the day as I'm getting prepared for rehearsal because I'm expecting great things. And guess what? You can be a part of this great organization, Bethune-Cookman University Inspirational Gospel Choir. This is our rehearsal room. We rehearse in here. We have fun. We play games. We do a whole lot of stuff. Trust me, we work hard and I fuss a lot, but you know what? You'll love it in the end. So we're looking to have you, if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, come by and see me in the office, room 104 in the music building. Trust me, I got you. I may not have great singers, but I have singers that are great. I can make a singer out of you if you really want it bad enough. Come check us out. Check out our information below, and we look forward to seeing you at 6:07 p.m.
Enoch.
What's my name?
Enoch.
Brother Enoch. Hey,
I'm back.
What's up? I'm back.
I'm back.
Happy New Year.
Yes, sir.
Merry Christmas.
Oh,
All that.
welcome back to Sports Corner. I am AUGU Kirkpatrick. I'm here with the one and only Ho.
Call me Mr. Enoch Clark.
Okay.
Yes,
but
sir.
Being that football season is slowly winding down, it's time for the pick of basketball season.
Oh yeah, I love me some basketball, baby.
Shoot, I see. But you see the spotlights?
Yeah.
They started right back on basketball, especially because postseason coming up for both college and NBA. But where are we starting?
Oh, we gotta start with college. We gotta take it to college. You go from college to professional. Let's go.
No,
right now.
definitely. But top teams right now. Talk
Okay.
about it. Arizona #1. Let's go.
Arizona #1. It's just very crazy to me because Arizona has a 5-0 record in their conference and they're 18-0. It's something to be able to have an 18-0 record, meaning they haven't got any losses at all. And you also got Koa Pete, who is also the #1 scorer on their team. He's averaging 14.7 points per game, and he's very consistent with it. He's a guard, and he's very smooth with it. He can shoot, dribble, and he's very good off the pull-up. What do you think about that?
We can't only talk about Koa Peak. We also got Brendan Burries, Jalen Bradley.
Oh.
But then again, it hasn't been the offense that's been carrying them. It's just been all-around dominance. Obviously, rebounding, defending.
Oh, yeah.
I think they'll be in the conversation come April, holding up that shiny trophy called the Division I National
My
Championship.
shining armor, we get an armor. Also, they also beat the on the 17th. They beat UCF 84-77, which was also another great victory. Also beating the TCU 86-72. Also, so you got back-to-back wins, which is also great for the team. A little celebration party.
But I wouldn't necessarily say back-to-back. They've been winning 18 games straight. So,
Oh, yeah,
not,
so
not,
they've been
not
winning
much to talk
everything.
about. But
Not
moving
much.
on to the Big Ten, Michigan. The Maize and Blue.
It's cold up there too, man.
Man, talk about it. Let's go.
I don't really know what to start. All I can really say is that they're, 14-0 for the season. They also have some great scores. They're both averaging around 14 points per game, too. It's definitely great to have, two players who are consistent because when one player's off, you have the other player. Some of those players are Morez Johnson Jr., and you also have Yazel Lindenberg, who's averaging, like I said, 14 points per game.
But they scored 100 points this year. They routinely score 80 points. But I think, personally, I believe that defense will be a liability. Talk about it.
When you say defense will be a liability, I feel as though you're saying that, we know they have an offensive game, but the defensive game is also very important because sometimes, they do give up, second chance rebounds, second chance points. And, if you have great defense, you can also lead to a good offense. Also, I just want to shout out, their coach, Dusty May, who's also their second-year coach at Michigan. So, he's also had a very good coaching standpoint, he's starting to lead his team, and he has great young players other than, Johnson and Lindenberg. So,
Yeah,
that's a great team.
but
If you go for 100, you might as well go for 1,000.
I mean, that's not ridiculous to say. But I do believe if they show up their defense, they will have time to, mesh well together and be in that conversation for that. And I said, that shiny trophy in April. Cool. But, we have our Blue Bloods. We have Duke. We have Kansas. We have UNC. Why is Nebraska here?
Oh, my God. Why is Nebraska here? You tell me.
Man, a historically bad team. Why are they undefeated? In a loaded Big Ten conference. Why are they undefeated?
Man, it kind of goes all the way back to, I think Nebraska, back in the 2010s is when Nebraska, it was just that kind of just Big Ten. You had Nebraska, you had Wisconsin, you had Ohio, you had Ohio State. And also you had Michigan too, Big Green and stuff with Draymond Green. But I think historically they weren't always a good team, but it's just something about now and stuff, defeating Northwestern 77-58, all-time win against #1 team in the first in 41 years. So, they moving their way up like the Jeffersons.
Okay, but Price Sanford, 16.7 points a game. Rick Mass, 15.1 points, 6.2 rebounds. Talk about him.
Shoot, man, what else is there to talk about? He's got an overall game, smooth as silk, man, and he's just polished all around. There's nothing he can't do. He can score, dribble, defend. I've seen it all from him also. So.
It's been disgusting to watch, but...
Disgusting? Why disgusting?
Disgusting in a good way, like, ugh.
Disgusting or just nasty?
No, nasty. But, talking about the men's upsets, obviously, because Madness has just begun, obviously. March Madness, knee slapper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a knee slapper.
8 top 25 teams lost this weekend. Starting with the #2 team, Iowa State, going all the way down to Arkansas. But the most notable upset was Florida versus Vanderbilt.
Oh, man, I know you love your Florida team.
Man, go Gators. But Ruben Chingaloo, 20 and 10. Mm-hmm. Xavier Lee, who was playing number 99 instead of #1. 20 points. The game won the 3-pointer. How you feel about that? Because, to note, 5 players on each team scored 14 or more points.
Man, that sounds like, man, these guys can really handle the rock, you know what I mean? I don't know what they can do with me, but, overall, that's just, like you said, they're averaging over 10 points. So the average over 10 points means that, you're consistent, you know what you're doing with the ball, and, you have confidence. So I feel like confidence in overall in the game of basketball and sports in general, you have to be able to have confidence because without confidence...
You cannot shoot, you cannot defend, you cannot rebound.
Are you? None of that.
At all. But, go Gators, you know that. Women's basketball.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, we got so much to talk about with that. Who's number one? Who's number one?
Do I have to say it? We should know who number 1 is.
You ain't got to say it, but I'm going to say it. UConn number 1.
Yes, sir.
UConn is number 1. Remember we had Paige Buckers last year. This year we have Sarah Strong, who averages 18.7 points per game, 8.2 rebounds, and 4.6 assists. Oh, my God. And we got one more on that team, too, Azzy Fudd. She also averages 17 points. Like I said before, we got men's and women's on basketball teams who are both averaging over 10 points.
Can we be real? There should be no discussion. They probably will win the national championship.
Yeah, no discussion.
But there's a team that might take that from them.
Who we talking about?
So Dawn Staley, right?
From Philly, of course. Philly.
You know Dawn Staley, right? So the team that she controls is it's the girls from Columbia. Talk about South Carolina.
South Carolina or North Carolina?
No, South Carolina.
Okay, yeah, you correct. I was just checking. I just had to check and see if you know your information.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Okay, my bad.
Go look up. They have 5 double-figure scorers. Joyce Edwards scores 20.3 points a game. In a whole division full of contenders, because obviously they have Texas, Vanderbilt, which we will get to Vanderbilt next. Talk about them. How you feel about Dawn Staley and the girls?
Dawn Staley, she's always been a really good coach, and her rivals has also been UConn. So I feel like overall, Dawn Staley, she continues to have I think she coach of the year a couple years ago for her division.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And also she went to Arizona, so when you're a basketball coach, I feel as though in order to have a great successful team, you have to be a good basketball player too. You have to know the game. You have to study film too. Also, just bringing on players like Joyce Edwards, who was leading scorer on the team, averaging 22 points per game and ranks nationally in the top 10. She's just a dominant force, man.
Oh, she is. But who's more dominant?
Who? Me? Michael Jordan?
LeBron James. Michaela Blakes, Vanderbilt. Because why is Vanderbilt having a good sports year this year? Their basketball team's been great. Their football team been great. But their girls' basketball team's undefeated right now. Talk about it.
Under who?
Undefeated.
Under who?
As in, hella wins. 0 losses.
Okay, I'm picking up what you putting down, my
Come
boy.
on now.
Okay. Oh, I just also want to shout out, on the Vanderbilt team, we had Michaela Blakes, who was New Jersey's Gatorade Player of the Year. She was Jordan Player of the Year, too. So she's also averaging 6 points per game. And the reason I'm pointing out these players is just because, these girls can score. So players, add to the team. Players put up those points. Not the coaches, but the players. But, I also got to shout out the coaches, too.
But obviously, do you think that they have a strong chance in March, being that there's the blue bloods, like South Carolina, UConn, UNC? Will Vanderbilt make a strong case in March Madness?
I think they can, because once you have a team that just, they're ranked, number 4 in the National Power 10 rankings, and, they're number 1. Not number 1, but they haven't lost. They could be, like you said, a top team, but, anything can happen. We know in sports, anything can happen. You got game winners, people get injured, so anything can happen.
Sky
in
is
sports.
the limit.
The sky is the limit. Sky is the limit.
But we have to do some limitations right now, because obviously women's also have upsets as well.
Right.
Kentucky lost. Ole Miss lost. Texas Tech lost. Iowa State, who was on a 5-game losing streak, lost. So the question is, who can stop UConn and South Carolina if there's upsets from number 17 and lower?
Shoot, that's going to be a really tough. Shoot, I don't know, man. I don't know.
That might get ugly in March, but
Oogly.
we'll wait to have that conversation in March. So we talked about the college teams, correct?
Correct.
What time is it?
Oh, you already know what time it is. 3 words. NBA. Yes, we got NBA right now. So I remember, back in my day. Now I'm just playing.
Back in my day,
the
come
baddest
on,
team. Yeah, the baddest team in the land in the '80s and the early '90s was the Detroit Pistons. They also they were really good in the late '80s, like I said, early '90s. Right now, they're 31-10. They're ranked number 1. And then Philly is number 5, which, the city I'm from, number 5. But, it's kind of been disappointing. I expected Philly to just have more of a better record. But they have players on their team. We got VJ Edgecombe, who averages 14.8 points per game. Joel Embiid, who was averaging 27 to 24 points per game last season, 2024, 2025. But, held back a little bit because of injuries. And then we also got Tyrese Maxey, who's averaging 30. And also, like I said, VJ Edgecombe, he's also nominated, probably will be a top pick for the Rookie of the Year. So, we got some top teams in there, though.
Well, first off, Joel Embiid is crippled.
Oh.
Crippled. Been crippled for years. But how does this Detroit team stack up with the bad boys in the 90s and maybe 2004? Because we obviously know we have Rip Hamilton, we have Ben Wallace.
Oh, yeah. Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars.
No. That's the 9.
That's
I'm talking
heads.
about 2004.
Oh.
Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace. How does those teams stack up to those teams in the past?
Give me a little bit more what you mean. What do you mean?
They've played very great defensively, but I truly believe that the Bad Boys are probably one of the most dominant defensive teams of all time. Does this team have what it takes to be that dominant?
I think really, definitely, like I said, if you did it before, you can do it again. You know what I mean? And just with their defensive presence, like you said, Ben Wallace, he was definitely, I think he was one of the most solid, defensive players just in the league and stuff. Not like the Bad Boys back in the day where they would just put people on their backs and just put them in a coffin. No, but nowadays, they're overall good, offensively and defensively. So, they're number 1 for a reason.
So could Jalen Durham be like Ben Wallace?
Jalen Durham, my man from Philly, he went to West Catholic. Potentially, he's got the size, he's got the skill. I think he's honestly a little bit more polished too. He can shoot a little bit of mid-range game. He averages like 10 points per game too, so
that's
he's
nasty.
pretty solid.
But going to that Philly team, we mentioned Allen Iverson.
Oh my God, the answer?
The answer.
Oh.
So how does this Philly team stack up with teams that Allen Iverson has had? Because obviously he went to the finals in 2001, lost to the Lakers.
Right.
Where's the potential at?
I feel like the closest the Sixers had to winning the championship was back in 2000.
Yeah, 01. 01.
Yeah, 01, but also For sure.
Very, very famous step over by Allen Iverson on Tyronn Lue.
Yeah, did you see he put the knees up like this, high knees? But also, I feel like the closest that the Sixers got to winning the championship was probably, I think that was 2020, 2019, one of those years when Jimmy Butler was on the team. the only thing that held him back was just injuries. Hey, chill on my team, brother, man.
They didn't do nothing with that, brother.
But everybody get lucky once in a while. Everybody gets lucky.
Whatever you say.
Hey, where your team at?
I don't have a team. I'm a LeBron fan. But
I'm a Jordan fan.
it's been great and all. But all good teams must end.
Oh, yeah.
I am AUGUST Kirkpatrick, and I'm here with the one and only.
And I'm Enoch Clark, and we're the brothers. We're brothers.
You're not brothers.
We're happy. We're not brothers.
We're not brothers. You wildin'.
All right,
But it's been Sports Corner. We'll see y'all next time. Yes, sir.
Give me a high five.